I live and breathe.
I was blowing the kite and it got caught on a nanny.
Mary.
Poppins. Mary Poppins, I feel like it just brings a smile just by saying the name, right? You actually described it as a joy machine. Was that what you felt when you first walked in that, you know, set of Cherry Tree Lane?
Yeah, and because Rob Marshall is our master of ceremonies, he prepared the moment. He actually played music.
You played Jack, and he seems to not only bring like this message of bringing the light into the darkness, literally and metaphorically, but he brought that stuntman in you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I always wanted to be a stuntman as a kid. I would tape every TV special on stunts and people falling out of windows and doing backflips off of buildings. And so to get to do some of the very heavy duty stunts I got to do, and this was a dream come true. I'm not Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible yet, but it was a great first step.
It's a great experience, and you develop a special relationship with the bike.
Yes, Gertie.
Gertie,
Mi amiga.
Your amiga. You spent a lot of time on it
I
and
spent
doing
a lot
very
of time
fun
on the
things.
bike and really getting to ride all over London. I mean, that opening sequence is sort of this love letter to London.
How did your son feel when he got to see you do all of that?
That was the best part, right? It was sort of, we'd practice and practice, and then I'd bring my son whenever we were filming a musical sequence or an action sequence. So he's seen me catapulted through the sky, he's seen me dancing with penguins, but he didn't see the penguins at the time. And that was the joy of taking him to see the movie for the first time last Sunday.
It's definitely special, also because of the cast. I mean, Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep. What more can you ask for?
And, you can ask for Dick Van Dyke and
well,
Noel
just to throw,
Lansbury,
that was
Colin
my next
Firth.
one.
Yeah, no, it is an embarrassment of riches, this incredible company. Like, it's just, everyone in it is extraordinary.
What was that conversation you had with Dick Van Dyke? Because I wish I could have been there to hear it.
Well, it's funny, I kind of couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that I was actually in a Mary Poppins movie with Dick Van Dyke. So I talked about Broadway things with him. I talked about Bye Bye Birdie, which was his big debut. I talked about working with Cheetah Rivera. I talked about the Mary Tyler Moore Show, pretty much everything except Bert.
It was like trying to bring as much of the time you had to spend it with him.
Exactly.
There were definitely a lot of props, a lot of cool costume. Was there anything you got to keep as a souvenir?
I did. I pocketed one thing, which was the coin that I give to the balloon lady in the last scene of the movie. I gave it to Angela Lansbury, and then they called cut, and I put it back in my pocket, and I took it home.
And just keep it. And just, you know, Mary Poppins is such an iconic figure to many of us. I think it represents something different to everyone. But do you have a Mary Poppins in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a nanny growing up who lived in our home with us. Se llamaba Edmunda Claudio, and she was also my dad's nanny in Puerto Rico. She raised my father and his siblings. When I was born, she came to help raise me and my sister, and so that, that has enormous resonance because our Mary Poppins does the same thing. She raises 2 generations of Banks children.